Well, in some ways, I was trying to go against the belief of reincarnating, but these images sometimes in dreams, they come up lately in my life as I'm getting older. You know, at first I used to just jam out to Madonna and Motley Crue and Phil Collins and Elton John. I thought I was cool smoking cigarettes. But anyways, going back into, as I'm growing older, I'm seeing these images in my life play into life. And the Navajos were taught by our elders that the traditional Navajo, there's the bloodline, there's a genealogist who traced bloodlines back into how human existence came to be on the various continents. And we all know that Africa is a mother continent. However, as time emerged, time goes on, the Navajo origin is traced back to the ancient Mongolians and Tibetans. And they're the 4 sacred symbols of the cross, also the 4 directions of their sand paintings, also in Tibet, and worshiping that one imagery, not worshiping so much a human being like a Christ figure or worshiping a reincarnated figure, but knowing that life can transform from animals to insects and re-emerge, kind of like in science, kind of like the transpiration, condensation, evaporation theory of the elements on the planets, kind of, but on a spiritual level, I guess it can all go into play that when a Navajo person dies, you know, they just become the elements of the earth again. Plants grow out of that decaying, you know, structure of human evolution, I guess, in the process of life. So, but the Navajos believe they are a break-off of the ancient Mongolians, and it's said that in science, that the Ice Age bridge recedes between Alaska and China at 8,000 BC. And so, and at the same time, this Navajo, ancient Navajo, the Mongolians come across the Ice Age bridge, marry for centuries into the Athabascans, and then the Navajos keep going down into the Netka, which is where the Navajo people were created, which was a place where the goddess Changing Woman was born. And I guess that's why I named my coffee shop Changing Woman Coffee. People have all kinds of theories of Changing Woman, the goddess. I hate to say the ignorant people that misrepresent my coffee shop. They kind of have negative connotations with it. And I think those are people who are lost, the so-called Navajo Christians. They're lost. They join these sects. You've probably seen all these sad churches kind of going up in our communities. They're just degrading, and they are diminishing our culture, and the people are moving away from them. And I'm kind of embarrassed of them. They're huge. They're going up, and I feel like the Navajos are kind of losing their culture, their true identity. They're losing respect for the gods and goddesses of Changing Woman, Talking God, Hogan God, Crystal Boy, Crystal Girl, Turquoise Boy, Turquoise Girl. All these deities, these gods and goddesses, they have names, and they are on that cross. Each god not just represented by the direction or mountain. There are gods and goddesses and that tie down these sacred mountains, elements that tie them down, water, wind, air, and the creation of the Navajo people. And these stories are being lost because, and again, it's sad to say that the people are joining these different denominations that are European descent. And I know the Europeans are kind of disappointed in the Navajos. The Americans don't like it. Mainstream Americans, they come in here and they say, why are you guys being brainwashed and deluded by these churches? And it's sad, and I'm glad mainstream America and Europeans are offended by it, because that's not our culture. Our culture lies here with the earth in the southwest, respecting that sacred cross, that sacred direction, the whirling logs, respecting if you know who you are as a Navajo person, if you're strong enough to stand up in the world, then you know the 4 sacred mountains. You know the cardinal directions. You know the gods and goddesses in Navajo.